أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Welcome to lesson number 49 of our study of Ilm al-Balagha. Today inshallah we are going to continue with Tarif at-Tankir in Ilm al-Ma'ani. Alhamdulillah, we have almost covered all the topics related to Ilmamani. Under Ilmamani, we have completed Khabar wa Insha. We are done with Zikr wa Hasf. We have covered Taqdeem wa Ta'khir. Then we learn about Al-Qasr. Also, we done Al-Wasl wa Fasl, Al-Ijaz wa Itnab wal Masawa. And today, inshallah, we are going to cover At-Tarif wa Tankir. And it is a very brief topic and it's very simple as compared to the other ones. And because we already know about it, Marifa and Nakira, Tarif is Marifa. We have covered it in the very basics of our starting classes of Nahu. In Ilmun Nahu, and Tankir is from the word, as you can see, it is from Nakira. Nakira, it is Tankir. So before that, I want to cover this ayah, a very beautiful ayah from Surah Rahman. As we are progressing in our study of Ilm Balagha, so I feel that we should be applying whenever we see or we come across any beautiful ayah that touches our heart. We should be going into depth and we should be applying, we should be pondering upon that ayah. And also here you can see I have translated it into Urdu as well because I feel that when something in like the Quran, like anybody can feel that when it is translated into his or her own, like in our own mother tongue, it it affects more, I guess, or it is more impactful. So this beautiful ayah, let's see. Uh, it is not related to Tarif Tankir, but rather it's from Ijaz wa Itnab. So let's see, because I was just citing it and I thought that we should be pondering upon this ayah as well. So let's see. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ बस तुम अपने रब की कौन कौन सी नेमतों को झुटलाओगे. Or you can see it like this. बस ए जिन और इंस तुम अपने रब की कौन कौन सी नेमतों को झुटलाओगे. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? This is a very deep ayah. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So here we see it is a great example of a tikrar li gharad in balagha. So here you can see repetition, like here, when a word or phrase is repeated multiple times in a text, we learn it in al-ijaz or al-itnab, that how it can be used for emphasis, for persuasion, for warning, for glorification, or reminding the audience. So why is this ayah repeated in Surah Rahman? فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. This phrase appears 31 times in Surah Rahman. But why? It is to emphasize Allah's blessings. Allah mentions many blessings in Surah Rahman, like creation, like sustenance, paradise, and so many blessings. And after each one, He asked, which of these favors will you deny? This reminds us to be grateful and not take blessings for granted. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. To challenge and to awaken the audience. By repeating the question, Allah is challenging both humans and jinns. Like here, Tukaziban, inshallah, we are going to address this as well. How can you deny all these clear blessings? Think about it again and again, again and again. Also to create a powerful emotional effect. Like imagine someone reminding you repeatedly about something important, it makes a strong impact. So this repetition makes a listener reflect deeply. It reflect it it warns us, it it makes us reflect. It shows Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy and generosity. Every blessing mentioned is a proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's kindness. So this repetition highlights his care for us. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. The repetition of فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ is not just for style. It has a deep purpose in Balagha. It makes us reflect, appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessings, and feel a stronger connection to the uh, message of Quran and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here this is from Ijaz bil Hazaf as well, we can say, because here we know that from here it is ins were jinns. Humans and jinns are not explicitly mentioned in this phrase. So where is the omission? We can say that this word, we know that this verb tukazibani is in the dual form. It is tasniya. It is in the dual form. Rabbikuma. It is dual. बस ए जिन और इंस तुम अपने रब की कौन कौन सी नेमतों को झुटलाओगे, meaning that it refers to both groups, the two groups. And who are these two groups? The jinn were ins. So here we know that this is for, yeah, like again in Surah Rahman, it is mentioned, Ya ma'ashar al jinni, insi wal jinni. So here we know that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing both the assemblies of jinn and ins. So here we can see that here it is ijaz bil hazaf as well, omission for brevity, for shortness. And this tukaziban is enough to indicate that both groups are being addressed. So why this omission is happening here? For the eloquence, for brevity, and for warning, for pondering. Instead of repeating humans and jinn every time, the Quran keeps the wording concise while maintaining the clarity. So this makes the words flow beautifully and keeps its rhythm intact. And we see that whenever we are reciting, even when we listen to it, when we listen to the recitation of Surah Rahman, it makes a deep impact in our hearts. So it just keeps the listener engaged, because the subjects, these humans and jinn, are omitted here. The listener has to actively recall who is being addressed. Like this deepens the impact of the message to create a universal feel, and by this omitting humans and the jinns, the words sounds more direct, as if the reader is personally being addressed. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So this makes a question like inshallah, I'll tell you this as well. This makes a question feel stronger and more, you can say, thought provoking here, because this omission of Ya Marshal Jinni, Insi wal Jinni is a deliberate use of Ijaz bil Hazf in Balagha. So it keeps the words concise, enhances its rhetorical power, and ensures that the listener stays engaged while reflecting on Allah's blessings. So this Ijaz bil Hazf, here we can see that words are omitted from a sentence while the meaning remains clear. So, and this technique makes speech more powerful, concise, and rhetorically effective. So, we can say that here hazaf, we can say that فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So tukadzibani haza. So which of the favors of your Lord will you deny, or will you actually deny this? Tukadzibani haza. So like, but instead of just stating the response explicitly, the Quran leaves it unsaid, making the listener think and reflect. So it is creating a stronger emotional effect by leaving out the answer. The verse just forces the audience to fill in the gap themselves. Like it forces us to ponder upon each and every blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This makes us more engaged and thoughtful. Like every time we listen to it, it it makes us cry. It makes us like it has a deep impact on our hearts. It emphasizes the so obviousness of the answer. The answer is so clear that it doesn't need to be said. So no one deny that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessings. The omission makes the listener, or it makes us almost forced to admit the truth, that and it also keeps a speech concise and powerful. So the Quran often uses brevity to deliver deep meanings in fewer words, and this makes the words memorable, and it makes a rhythmic, and it enhances the rhetorical beauty as well. So this فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, it contains, we can say, it ijaz bil hasf as well, because the expected answer is omitted. And also like as I have mentioned, like the it makes the listener reflect, recognize the truth on their own, and feel the impact of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessing more deeply. It's a brilliant rhetorical technique in balagha. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. So this فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, I just wanted to highlight this ayah in accordance with our ilm al-mani, in this ilm al-balagha, when we are doing like it is so it has so stronger emotional impact. It is like it is so concise, and it is just beautiful. So this technique, these all techniques that we are learning in ilm al-balagha, they enhances the Quran's rhetorical beauty, making the message more engaging, and we can say like this impactful. So Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, this is I just wanted to cover this ayah, though it is not related with a Tarif Tankir, but I wanted to cover this beautiful ayah. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? So whenever you listen to Quran, whenever you recite Quran, and if any ayah touches you, just go deep into it, just ponder upon it, and whether you know the grammar or not, just go for its translation, just listen to its tafsir, to get and just ponder upon it, that what is it actually asking from us. So alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, this is the beauty of ilm al balagha, that you start pondering upon each and every ayah that you recite and listen. So this is Atikra lil Gharad that we were doing in Ijaz and wa Itnab wal Masawa. And Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, we have been learning about Ilmul Balagha, in which we are almost done with Ilmul Ani. And Alhamdulillah, after a couple of lessons, we will be starting with Ilmul Bayan, and inshallah, we'll complete with Ilmul Badi. So, Ilmul Maani, as we know that it is all about meaning of the word, in which we learn about so many other topics like Taqdeem wa Ta'khir, Ijaz wa Itnab, Zikr wa Hasf, and Ilm al-Bayan. It is all about metaphors and similes. Inshallah, we are going to see that as well. Ilm al-Badi is just beautifying the speech, like in Surah Maryam, like we see how like rhyming words that are ending the surah. So. With that, inshallah, we'll see the Tarif Tankir. So going back to Kalam, we know that it has two types, Khabar wa Insha, and with that, we know that with khabar wa insha, we know that we have two components, main components for khabar. Either it is khabar or insha. We have two main components, musnad and musnadun, that is mahkum bihi as well, and musnadun ilayhi, that is mahkum alayhi. So the musnad ilayhi, the item to which the hukum is attributed, and it should be marifa. So that is what we are going to learn in tarif. And musnad, that should be mahkum bihi, it will be nakira, and that is tankir that we are going to learn. So it wouldn't be a difficult topic for now. So tarif, that is marifa, we learned that in simple words, going back to our Nahu classes, we know that Mubtada is always Marifa, and Khabar is always Nakira. So here we know that when we started with Ilmu Balagh, we know that now here the Mubtada and Khabar, we call them the Musnad and Musnad Ilay. So Musnad is the foundation of the sentence. Musnad Ilay is this we know that the item to which a hukum is attributed. So we learn about Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Failiya. So the Musnad will be a khabar, Musnad ilay will be a mubtada in Ilmul Balagha. So, and we know that Musnad ilay, as we know that mubtada is, it's always marifa and khabar is always nakira. So it is just tarif and tankir that we are going to cover. So Musnad ilay and musnad that we are going to learn. So we learn that from ilmul nahu to when we switch to ilmul balagha, we learn that muqtada is musnad ilay, or it can also be mahkum alay, and that is musnad ilay. So the musnad ilay is the mahkum ilay, the atom to which the hukum is attributed. So there are seven types of marfa that we learn, and that we have already covered in Nahu. It can be three. We learn about three types of ism that are marifa. That is damir, alam, ism ishara, ism mausul, al marif bi al, and mudaf ila marifa, and munada. So we learn about these, and we learn that they are all the definite nouns, and we know that they are all, when they are mubtada, they are all marifa. So this is musnad ilay. So when we were learning about the properties of the ism, we learned that a tarif, about a tarif, we learned it can be marifa and nakira, two types, and for marifa we learned that there are seven types of marfa, seven type of nouns that are marif, and that we are going to learn in this at-tarif for tankir in ilm balagha. So isim alam, we learned that they are proper nouns in Arabic. Like here you can see all the proper nouns, and this is isim alam, and it is utilized to bring its meaning when it's something specific, something khas, name in the mind of the you are going to tell to the like the speaker is telling to mukhatib. So the name can be any isim alam, like these are the names of proper names like Maryam, Hamza, Muhammad, Makkah. These are all isim alam. Then we learn about al-mu'arraf bil lam, the words with lam tarif, and here they are all nouns with starting with al, and here, Lama Tarif, when it is any Nakira noun, when al is added, it becomes Marifa. So this is like Kitab becomes Al Kitab, so the book, Rajul becomes Al Rajul, the man, Bayt becomes Al Bayt, the house, so they all become Marifa because of this Lama Tarif. Damir, then we learn about Damir, that all the pronouns are definite, they are all marifa, and Damir is utilized to indicate the mutakallim, or like khitab, or anyone. Like um, it can be first person like ana, it can be second person like unta, or antum, antuma, and it can be third person like huwa and here. We learn about Isim Ishara. We are doing it. I'm not going to give much time to Tarifa Tankir because it's very basic. We have already covered it in Ilmul Nahu. So we are just going like quickly to through Tarif Nakira. So Isim Ishara, the pointing words, demonstrative pronouns, we know that they are all, also they are Marifa, like Haza, Zalika, Hazihi. Ism Mosul also, they are relative pronouns like Allazi and Alati. They are all, inshallah, when we are going to um, spend more time on the advanced balagha, we'll see that how they are used in ilm al-balagha. So then ila marifa, mudaf ila marifa, the nouns which are connected with marfa nouns, like if we know that if mudaf ilay is proper, so mudaf will also be proper, and we have done this already in Nahu. So this is Kitabun Zaidan, book of Zaid. So here al mudaf ila marifa. So when they here mudaf ilay is this marifa, this is uh, definite noun, so this becomes definite as well. Then we have ism al munada, that means al ism, the noun which is addressed with ya munada, like ya rajul, ya walad. So this is munada ism. So this was all about a tarif in this. Then we have tankir, that is nakira, very simple. Again, nakira from tankir, we know that it's nakira. And here, nakira is, it is, we see that this term nakira refers to the use of an indefinite noun, and it is employed when the speaker lacks a specific method of identifying or referring to the person or object being discussed. So here the term nakira refers to the use of an indefinite noun, and it is employed when the speaker just lacks a specific method of identifying or referring to the person or object being discussed. So here, ja'ana rajulun, here a man just came to us. Here, we are not talking about any specific, you can say, person. So what are the other purposes of nakira? Here, it to taksir, like to show abundance. Here again, and we are going through quickly for this tarifa tankir, because I do not want to spend much time on this, because as we are going, this topic is very easy. We have already done this in ilm nahu, so we are just looking at tarif and tankir with the aspect of ilm balagha, that how they can be used in ilm balagha. So tankir is the utilization of the nakira indefinite noun, and as here for taksir as well, these are other purposes like taksir, like to show abundance, like the aim is just to show the abundance, like takleel. Then we have this takleel. It is again, we can say that it is to show insignificance, like something is, you can say, um, like not important, as you know that the morphisms are always um, like something important. That is why they are marifa, they are definite nouns. And nakira, the common nouns are, as the name suggests, they are common. So these are the purposes in ilm al-balagha for the nakira nouns. And also for ta'zim wa tahqir, to show the honor and disgrace, like also here, um, like when we are going to, like in nakira the ta'zim, whereas here is, you can see, it is showing honor, and also tahqir, that is the disgrace. And then we have al-umum ba'd al-nafi, that is also connected with to show generality. So here, and the last one here, ikhfa al-amr, that is concealment, and it is like the mutakallim, you can say, do not want to disclose the identity of any information that he is going to say, in order to protect anyone or anything from being harmed by the mukhatab. So that is when we there is concealment in the, you can say, in the speech. So these are few of the purposes of, you can say, uh, this nakira nouns. So here, this we are done with tarif wa tankir. As I already mentioned that it will be a very brief session for Tarif or Tankir, because we have already know about the basics of the Nakira nouns and the Marifa nouns. So as we are going to progress, we are going to do more examples in advanced Balagha, that how this Tarif and Tankir is going to be used in all these purposes. So I have mentioned here all the purposes, almost all the purposes of the Nakira nouns. So how they are used in al-Mubalagha, or what are the purposes when we see a nakira noun. So, Alhamdulillah, with that, inshallah, I'm going to conclude this session. I'll see you in the next session. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.